Hi, everyone, and welcome to my first Facebook Live. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. Usually I put on videos and I've been able to edit it or, change it around a little bit. So here it is. If I make some mistakes, hopefully you still get inspired. Anyhow, I was thinking the other day, in the course of a day, and I'm not saying this to brag or anything like this, but there were three people that I ran into and they said something interesting to me. They said, and I started talking to them and they said, I wish that that you could be in my hip pocket, one person said each day. Another person said, I wish every morning I could start off a conversation with you. And a third person, I don't really understand it, but I think it was the general thing was, I wish you had like in a little spray that I could spray you, and get your inspiration. So that made me think in that, there's a lot of people out there, me included, that do need some motivation and inspiration every day. So I like to start off with a series, at least a weekly series, on some inspirational insights and motivation that I've learned after training and coaching people for so many years. And hopefully this will really help you out. And I know your time is valuable, so hopefully you stick with me through this, or I'm going to post it, and I'll probably start doing it on my Mike Sasserosi Coaching Facebook page from now on, starting next week. But I'm going to try and do it around Wednesdays at 12 o'clock, so you're used to it. But you'll always be able to watch it afterwards because I believe you can save it and whatnot. But today, anyhow, what I want to do is talk about the power of choice. And this is one of my favorite topics because we really do have a choice if we want to be positive or if we want to be negative. And when I break it down into fear or faith. That's our choice. Are we going to live in fear or are we going to live in faith? And it's really amazing how it all boils down to your thoughts, because are your thoughts fearful or are your thoughts full of faith? And when I work with people, they're usually going through some type of transition. Maybe they're stuck. And these are, by the way, these are very successful people. I've been so fortunate and blessed to be able to work with people that are a CEO of a top Fortune 100 company, top executives in Fortune 500 companies, doctors, PhDs, people that are just at the top of their industry, and the best mothers, the best fathers, the best people working at what they do. And it's interesting though that throughout life we do have these different seasons. And I don't know, I'm sure it's happened to you where you have some of those seasons everything's going great and hey, all right, beautiful. But then there's other seasons that are like, oh man, what else can go wrong? I don't get this. So when I'm working with these people, they're usually going through a season of transition. Maybe they're stuck, they're frustrated, they've had success, maybe they've gone through a breakup. Something just isn't going right in their life and they just need to break free. And when I meet with people, I want to know what's going on in their head, because I have a formula for them to get their results. And the formula is mindset plus application equals results. First of all, you have to have the right mindset. You need to have the right foundation, because if you're not thinking right, you can have the best application, you can have the best plan, you can have accountability, everything lined up. But if you're not thinking right, it's going to go haywire. And the other thing is true too. You can have a really good mindset, you can have a positive, faith, but if you don't have a plan and you don't do anything about it, it's not going to come to fruition. How many times out there have you said, oh, I was thinking about that. I should have invented that. I'd be, on a yacht somewhere someday, but we didn't follow through on it. Anyhow, getting back on topic here. When I do work with the people, I ask them, okay, where are you now in any particular part of their area, whether it's their business, their career, their relationship, their health, their finances. Where are you now? And you know what the top three things that come out, the statements that they say? Number one is, I'm not good enough. First of all, that blows me away, because some of these people that I'm working with, I'm kind of intimidated when I first start out talking to them. I'm like, really? How am I going to help this person? They're so successful. But you don't know what's really happening behind the scenes, So is that a faith thought or is that a fear thought? And it's a fear thought. What if I'm not good enough? What if, there's so many people out there that could be better than me, or, there's a lot of other people that want to do this. I know myself, for example, when I want to start a new project or a new business, one of the biggest mistakes that I've made, and hopefully you learn from this, is don't go on the internet and see who else is doing it. Because you are not going to think you're good enough. There's going to be many more people that have, more degrees, more education, more experience. But you know what? That's not the important thing. The important thing is what do you have to say and how do you say it? Because there's going to be people that are going to resonate with me that aren't resonating with other people. And those are the people that hopefully that I inspire. I heard something on a sitcom at the beginning of the year that really inspired me. I'll share it with you. It was, trying to think how it goes. It was care less on those you might offend and care more on those you might inspire. So if I do offend anybody with my views and my thoughts, sorry about that. But my intention isn't to offend. My intention is to inspire. So hopefully if I inspire one person, then my job is done here. So I'm pretty excited about that. So anyhow, they think I'm not good enough. So they're working out of fear. The other thing that I hear all the time is I can't do this. I can't do that. And they have some type of preconceived idea why they can't do it. And here I am again, looking at this person like, you're saying you can't do this? You have a degree, in medicine, and you're healing so many people, and you've been doing this for years, and you feel a certain way, or, the CEO who has risen up from the ranks, started off, just like anybody else, right out of school, but works their way up. And now he's running this huge company, and they're saying that they can't. Why? Because doubt gets in. And is that a fear or is that a faith statement? And it's a fear statement, but it's real. And people really feel that. And the other thing that I hear all the time is, what if it doesn't work out? Well, how many times have you thought that? I've thought that many times, In fact, when I was doing my first Facebook Live here, it's like, what if nobody listens? What if they think, oh my God, this he's out there? But you know what? You just gotta go for it. So what you do is you take, okay, what are my fear thoughts? So if you look at, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, what if this doesn't work out? Well, the first thing you want to do is just switch that around, turn it around. Oh, actually, I see that people are watching. Hey, Lori, how are you? I think my mom's on here too. I told her to watch it. She better be on here. Anyhow, so switch it around. Just do the complete opposite. And then you kind of dive in a little deeper what you can resonate with. So I'm not good enough. I am good enough. As simple as it sounds, just by making that shift that you think that, hey, I am good enough, it's amazing how things just break through. It makes your mind more fertile. And the other thing that I tell people to do is let's look back at your last experiences, because you might feel you're not good enough for this next project, or I know I've been through a bad relationship where, I've actually felt that nobody will ever love me again. That's not a good feeling. I'm not good enough. And then I have to start digging really deep there, because I was in a downward spiral in a really big funk. So what I did was I said, okay, that's a fear thought. That's a negative thought. Wait a minute. And then I thought, and I go, well, my mom loves me. My dad loves me. My brother and sisters, sometimes they love me, but for the most part, I think they love me, or at least like me, and then I started building on that. And I turned around, I said, you know what? I am good enough. And it was able to at least make that turning point to get me in the right direction. So what are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to think you're not good enough? Or are you going to choose that you are good enough? Because you know what? We are. And, I have a strong faith. You know that by now. I'm a big believer in God. And God doesn't make junk. He made us to be our own individuals. And sometimes when we feel that we're not good enough, it's because we're trying to be what somebody else wants us to be. Or we're measuring ourselves to somebody else. No, that's disaster. You don't want to do that. You're unique. You are of all the millions and millions of people that have ever lived, that do live now or will live, there's nobody that's going to be exactly like you, and nobody's going to do something the way that you are meant to do. You're born with a gift. You're born with making a difference in this world, and you have to remind yourself of that and look at those past successes. Realize you're not alone. You have God that can help you out, and you can find somebody out there that could probably help you, inspire you, motivate you, and get you going, because there is somebody out there that will love you. There is somebody out there that's going to listen to your message. There's somebody out there that can help you in your career or your business. Because if you really concentrate on helping other people, I think I heard this from Zig Ziglar, if you help enough people get what they want, you're going to have everything that you need. So again, I know I'm being repetitive here, but if you have that thought, I'm not good enough, change it immediately. And there's ways and tools to do this, but at first it starts as a thought. The other thing is, I can't. Well, what's the opposite to that? I can. Simple as that. Knock off the T. I can't tell you, I can't saying it now, but so many times in my life that I've said, I can't do this, but you actually did. And look at some of your past accomplishments again. When you first started off, you're like, oh, I don't know. But something made you go a little bit further, and you did. So rely on that. So just choose that thought to say, from I can't to I can, because all things are possible if you believe. I really believe that, okay? So the third is, what if this doesn't work out? Well, hey, so what? It doesn't work out. But a better question, and this is what happens a lot of times, is that we really, we get ourselves in this negative state or this worry state because of the questions that we ask. So if we're asking ourselves, what if this doesn't work out? What are the answers going to be? Well, you're going to go bankrupt. Well, you're going to lose your relationship. Oh, you're going to lose your business. Your mind's going to come up with these answers. So you might as well make some better questions. So again, your choice. Are you going to ask these questions that are going to put you into a tizzy and freak you out? Or are you going to ask a better question like, what if this does work out? Wow, how can this improve my life? By taking this step, and I know sometimes when we say, what if this doesn't work out, we're doing something new and it's out of your comfort zone, but the only way to grow is to get out of your comfort zone. So what's going to help you? Ask a better question. I know there was one part in my life where I was in the fitness industry, and this is before I had my own gym. I wanted to, I worked at another place, and my job was to figure out, okay, this company didn't have any salespeople. So how was I going to integrate a sales culture into a fitness center that did not like salespeople? And my goal was to go from $8 million in sales to $10 million. And I'm like starting to freak out. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? Again, I was asking myself the wrong questions. How am I going to do this? How am I going to get people on board? What if they don't do this? What if and I was just miserable. I'm like, I don't think I ever should have took this position. I was pretty negative. Then I just said, wait a minute, why don't I reframe this question? And instead of a fear question, a faith question, like, what if this worked out? Wow, that means that I've helped so many more people get healthy. It wasn't about the dollar signs. It was about, hey, if we can get new people to join and get healthy, how would that make me feel? Hey, pretty cool, man. I love to help people out. I love to help them get healthy. Then I started asking some other questions. Well, what's the funnest way to help people get healthy? And it's like, be yourself. And these people that I was working with, they really cared about people, but they had it framed in their mind that they didn't want to be a salesperson. And I was trying to teach them, don't be a salesperson. People don't want to be sold. They want to get healthy. Use your skills and your attributes on how you can help them get healthy. Pretend it's your parent or a friend. Would you let them leave? No, you would say, this is what I do. This is how I can help you out. And you find a fun way to do it. And all of a sudden, you know what? Just by changing those questions, as simple as that was, we didn't go from 8 million to 10 million. I think after a couple of years, it went from 8 million to 12 million. It even exceeded that. So sometimes when you think, what can go wrong? I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, that's going to stop you from getting to where you want to be. And you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it. Okay, so today I ask you to do the power of choice. When a negative thought comes up, I'm not good enough, I am good enough. And list those reasons why you are. Okay, I can't do this. I certainly can, because all things are possible. Maybe I can't with the way I'm thinking now, but if I change it and I look at it and say, okay, if it's possible, how could this get done? And what if this doesn't work out? Well, you know what? You got to go for it anyhow, because if it doesn't work out, at least you tried, and you're not sitting back 20 years from now saying, oh, I wish I would have tried that. That's got to be the worst feeling ever. Say, wish I would have tried it. But at least you tried it. Okay. And not only trying it, but asking yourself those better questions like, what if this does work out? How am I going to be more joyful? I'm going to wake up every day fired up. If this dream really comes true, I'm going to wake up excited. I'm going to be able to help more people. I'm going to be able to provide for my family. I'm going to be able to take them on vacations. I'm going to be able to have a relationship, a loving, enlightened relationship that inspires me, and just, I can't wait for the day to begin. That can happen. So anyhow, hopefully that this inspired you. And I'm going to continue to do these. Hopefully, if you like it, tell your friends. I'm going to start to probably shift it over to my Mike Sastrosi coaching page, but I will be posting it on here. So leave some comments for me if you would. Let me know, if you like this, or, what I could do better, or, things that are happening in your life that you want maybe some help with, or how you can be inspired to make it a better life and live your best life. So anyhow, I'm going to try and figure out how to end this. God bless and have a great day.